Hello, my name is Blake Thomason, and today I'm going to be talking about ethics. So, according to the note card that I received in class, ethics is being good and following the rules that society has made, knowing the rules of a society and following them if you are part of that society. This individual also gave a very specific example that reads as follows. An action that is illegal in Korea might be legal in the United States. So, in other words, doing that action in Korea might be considered as unethical, while doing the same thing in the United States might not be considered as unethical as it is in Korea. So I think that this definition and example have very valid points, but I do think that they can be challenged. This individual understands that ethics involves decent human conduct, and I think the basic understanding of having obedience to law and being under a legal system. And a lot of the times, being under a legal system, they're going to follow a lot of things that are ethical. For example, equality of men and women, natural rights, concern for health and environment, etc. Things like that. But I guess my question is if you are a good citizen, does that mean that you're necessarily ethically sound or you are ethical? And I think that that can be challenged. Jürgen Habermas feels as though structure of society, like the legal system, do not determine our ethics. Jürgen was influenced by his experiences while living in Nazi Germany. He stated that things like courts and like dictators, any type of legal system, etc., we've made them real in a social aspect, but they're not in the natural world. So, for example, if you were flown off into a different island and you didn't have anything but, water, and you had to live off the land and things like that, you're not going to have those social aspects anymore, and you're not going to have that legal system to follow under, but that doesn't mean that you're not ethical. So I definitely think that that's a good point. If you're not a part of society or you're somewhere different, it doesn't mean that you can't be ethical. So, and piggybacking off of the legal system as a whole, I think that the legal system or governmental powers may not always be ethical. For example, when the Nazis were governed by their dictator Hitler, they followed and believed his theory, and that resulted in mass murder of the Jews. And I'm using this example because the Nazis may have believed that this was okay or that this was ethical, but universally, a lot of people didn't really understand it, and they didn't think it was ethical. So I definitely think that ethics is a very complex, topic, and it's very diverse. I think that ethics also depend on a variety of things, such as, things that the individual goes through, and they can be different even if you're in the same society. So, for example, in the United States, two people may be part of, or many people may be part of the same society, and they may even be in the same culture, but it doesn't mean that they're going to view the world the same, and they're not going to view ethics the same. And to even put it in an even more personal perspective, jury, like if you think of jury as a society, I'm sure that people are different, and even in the class that we're taking right now, we all are going to think differently. We're all going to view ethics differently, but we're still in the same society, and we're following under those rules, but we're going to have different experiences and different culture and etc. that's going to play a part into what we think ethics are. And so I think that I challenge the limitation of this definition because I think that our different view of ethics is due to things like culture, like I said, morals, virtues, religious beliefs, things like that, and we're all going to have those different opinions and perspectives due to our individual experiences. And that is very similar to Cicero's belief and his thoughts. He thinks that our life and laws should model natural law and actions and things that lead to other events in a behavioral way. So, in other words, our perspective, thoughts, behavior, and ultimately our ethics are going to change with events and experiences, and I definitely think that that's very true. So, thank you.